and jump over to Stella, our next eco hero, actually one of our first place winners from Nova Scotia in Canada.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, 1 sec.
One more second. We're just switching it up. She is Andrea. On top. There you go. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yep.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, great. Thank you. Stella, go ahead.
So it all started in 2015 when I learned what a straight pipe is. So a straight pipe is a pipe directly from a home's toilet into a waterway. So there's no filtration system whatsoever. So if you put toilet paper in your toilet and you flush it, that's going directly into a waterway. So I live right along the LaHave River, which is located in Bridgewater, Nova Scotia in Canada. And I found out that there are 600 of these pipes along my river alone. So this river goes right through our community, and it's a big part of everybody's life. So I tested it for fecal bacteria for a school science fair project, and I discovered that the levels are really, really high, and that you shouldn't even get the water on your skin without serious health risks. So I got in contact. I made a Facebook page with my mom, and it's a community Facebook page. I have a couple thousand followers now, and it prompted $15.7 million to clean up the river. Wow. So by 2023, we should be able to swim in our river again, which is a huge success. So the government came together, and that's a huge thing to do. I was 11 at the time, and I'm 14 now. So being an 11-year-old kid prompting that much money is a huge success, I'll say. So
very amazing.
This is a huge problem in all of Nova Scotia. So there are 600 straight pipes alone in just our river. There are hundreds of other rivers and water streams in Nova Scotia as well. So I'm actually training other kids around the province. I provide them with kits to test their waterways, and if the levels are bad, hopefully they aren't, but if they are, then we can get political and clean up Nova Scotia's waterways. And actually, I have a book coming out too, which is pretty cool. I never thought I'd have a book. This was just supposed to be a science fair project. It's called My River, cleaning up the LaHave River. And I also have a website, which is Stella Bowles, Wix. So it's huge success, and I'm really happy. The book is written by Anne Morrill Carter, and without her, I wouldn't be able to make any of this possible.
Amazing. How did you first connect with Anne?
Anne, she wrote my book. She summers down the road from where I live along the river, which is really cool. Yeah, and my science mentor, who provided me with the kits to do the testing, he also lives down the road. So there's pretty cool people that live down the road.
Great. I actually have a question from one of our eco heroes, Genevieve. She lives near the Ottawa River. She just moved to Canada recently, and lots of other lakes in Quebec and Ontario. And she's asking, how can she and we test our waters? How do we go about testing?
So you can contact a group that's local to you. There's probably one local if you try to look around and see if there's group kind of like I'm working with Blue Nose Coastal Action Foundation. They test waters in this area, but there are groups all over the world that test water. My kits that I provide, we're starting with just Nova Scotia, and in a few years they'll be beyond that.
Great. Go ahead.
How do you what do you use to get fecal matter out of the water? Because isn't it it's not like big clumps of it, it's like melted into the water?
Yeah, exactly. So I have what's called a filter funnel, it's basically what it is. It's a filter in a funnel. So you have a filter pad on the filter funnel, and you filter the water through it. I said filter so many times. So after that, you put it on an enterococci testing card, and it actually goes in an incubator for 36 hours. And after that, it grows colonies of fecal bacteria, which then I count, and then I get a level. So if the levels are 70, you shouldn't swim, and 170, you shouldn't get the water in your skin. I had levels that were 300, 400, and somewhere in the thousands.
Gosh. Ooh. Wow. I believe, Genevieve, did you have some more comments to add? Oh, you're muted. Just have to unmute yourself real quick.
I just wanted that one question about the lakes near me.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if you had another question, but well, hopefully Stella will have kits available soon so we can make testing a lot easier. And I'm sure that's a really great campaign for all of us to think about how we can make it easier to test our water. Yeah, I know that there's some movements of people doing at-home water tests for lead here in the United States after the in Michigan, the Flint.
With the
fiasco.
Yeah.
It's been there's been a lot more testing available, but not specifically for fecal. So that's wonderful that you're doing that. Anybody else have any questions?
I'm curious to know, Stella, how did you find out that there were 600 plus homes that had the straight pipes into the river?
So I actually went to my municipality, and they told me that in 1992 there was a study. So they went home to home, and they asked people if they have a septic system or a straight pipe, and there were about 800 people that did, and there's been 200 fixed since then. So they said there's an estimate.
I have a question. What's the solution to changing the straight pipe into the other type of pipe?
Did you hear that? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the straight pipes are actually 100% illegal here in Nova Scotia. So these pipes will be replaced with a septic system. So it's a system per house because we don't live in a city. So each house has an individual spot for their sewage.
What does the bad stuff in the river? What does it do to the fish and the wildlife?
We don't really have any wildlife left because it's all being killed. We do have eels and green crabs, I guess. There's not much left here.
Mm-hmm. We actually, one of our other winners that was not able to participate today, did one for her scientific research on the glass eels migration and how they've been affected by climate change and pollution. So we will have to connect the two of you. Unfortunately, we're running a little short in time, so is there any other questions before we go to our last person? No? Okay, well, thank you so much, Stella. Thank you. Amazing job.